Hey friends, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be talking about why Ashe is an amazing offense mythic and why you should be using her even if you have Dagr. I've seen some people saying that the way that Dagr gives Pathfinder is very similar to the way that Ashe gives her mobility, so there's really no point in using both of them. Or just bench your Dagr and just use Ashe, or just use Dagr if you already have her. I'm here to tell you that both of them are really worth using and they actually make a really interesting offensive combo together. I used Ashe for the first time last season in Light Season because obviously that was the first time that she was available, and I was really pleasantly surprised at how she performed and the utility that she provided to the rest of the team. So I just wanted to show you guys two quick replays from my offense matches last week where I felt like the utility that Ashe provided was so helpful, and I may have actually lost these matches if I hadn't had Ashe. So yeah, I'm going to convince you why you should be using both of these units, but especially Ashe if you're not already, and how she can enable some really cool offensive strategies. So as you can see here on the screen, I had just entered a match with my double save team, and I thought it would be a piece of cake. My Halloween Ileana unfortunately ended up taking a lot more damage than I was initially expecting from the opposing team's Ninja Corrin. So they got her down to 11 HP. She was out of range of my max level healing tower at the start of the turn, so unfortunately she wasn't able to heal any of that back. So as you can see from this situation, it's a bit of a logjam, and because of those mountains there, it's just extremely difficult normally without Ashe to get in a situation where you can win from here, because at this point Ileana's down to 11 health. I don't even think she can take one hit from Yoon. We've still got Not there. We've got Innes, who can be really threatening if he gets the dance somehow. So basically I was a little bit screwed, and I think if I hadn't had Ashe here, I think I would have lost. So let's take a look at what happened in this offense match, because I was super proud of how this played out. So, as you can see, they've got a Farsave Fjorm, they've got this +10 baby Innes, they've got an Eldigan, and they've got a Sigurd, Dancer Sigurd, a really scary Not with ARD speed defense, and a Yoon. And now, because of the mobility from Ashe, Dagr is able to just hop over the mountain, go hit her, and now look at what Peony can do. Peony can go over and dance her. And I was just trying to make sure to check the ranges, but yeah, now Dagr can go actually Galeforce off of this Eldigan. She can also kill the Yoon, but we want to take out that Eldigan to remove any kind of unpredictability from his dance. So yeah, Eldigan just passes away. Dagr gets to get off her Galeforce, which is amazing, and then she can move again. And like I said, Yoon was actually a little bit of a concern because she is green and Ileana only has 11 HP left, so she can actually just go and take out Yoon. And as you can see, baby Innes' range thankfully is not that far, and we've got Dagr covered by Farsave from Ileana. Thankfully, Duo Sigurd can't do 11 damage to Ileana, but as you can see, Peony's on the mountain. So what's going to happen because of that, the Farsave actually can't activate on Peony on the mountain. So Sigurd will take the bait from Peony because he does at least 5 damage to her. So there's no chance that Innes gets danced, because Sigurd's just going to go ahead and take the bait from Peony. I think he wouldn't have taken the bait from Ileana. I think Innes might have moved first otherwise, and then that actually probably would have cost me that match, because Innes definitely kills Ileana with his special. So yeah, the fact that I had Peony there on the mountain when I was dancing Dagr was actually very helpful. And Ashe is the one who enabled that Dagr jump in the first place. So now from here, it's not that big of an issue. So yeah, like I said, Sigurd goes and takes the bait, does 14 damage. Peony doesn't actually kill him because of his damage reduction, but she gets pretty close. Even with the Moonbow, not quite enough. But still, we're in a much better position now that we've cleaned some of the big threats off the board, and Fjorm at this point is a little bit dead weight because she can only move one space. So at this point, we're sort of pretty much in the clear. Dagr, I was shocked to see that she was actually fast enough to go double Innes. So anyway, she was able to go Galeforce off of Innes. Hits him twice, charges her Flashing Blade. Clearly she's doubling, so she's going to pass the Flashing Blade check. And then we can take out Sigurd in our own leisure as well, and Fjorm, again, is just deadweight. She can only move one space, doesn't have Armor March, doesn't have the boots, and at this point I've got enough units who can deal with her at one range that it doesn't matter that she's got Ice Mirror. So anyway, I took Sigurd out with Milla here, but anyone really could have done it. it was just cool to use the mobility from Ashe a little bit again, just showing off that insane mobility that she enables, which is especially evident on maps like this where there are mountains which block the movement of anyone who's not a flyer. So now from this point on, it's just a matter of cleaning up. At this point, any of my one-range units can kill Fjorm. As you can see, I basically just went and grabbed the pots, and I actually really wanted to take her out with Dagr, and Dagr was 2 off. But guess what? Ashe has, like, joint drive attack as her C skill, basically. So now Dagr was actually able to take her out. And that's another thing about Ashe, aside from her support capabilities and combat capabilities, it's also the attack, the drive attack that she provides is actually really, really helpful, because anybody who's warping within 2 spaces of her will get that drive attack guaranteed, which can be really, really helpful for passing heavy blade checks, can be really, really helpful for just killing in general. So yeah, that's another thing that's really amazing about her. And now, moving on from Dagr, let's talk about how she enables really interesting ranged hit and run strategies as well. This one was a strategy where it had some pretty scary units on the team. I didn't really want to tank it because Erica's a little bit scary to tank. I had already tested out the yellow trap at this point, the bolt trap, so I knew that that one was the fake one. And look at this. I don't even have to smite Claude up. He can literally just get right in there, go kill, activate his gravity, get danced, and then just get out of the picture. And that's something that Ashe really enabled because of the movement for both the Dancer and for Claude. And at this point, obviously I couldn't really take anyone else out this turn, and the only person who could actually reach Claude is Duo Sigurd, who obviously can't kill him, wouldn't be able to kill him even through the damage reduction. But yeah, with the damage reduction, it was just no chance. So at this point, I had to take out Fallen Edelgard. She was obviously a bit of a concern. Dagr couldn't do it, but we could take out Yoon. So we did that. Now Peony was able to go dance. Still can't quite take out Edelgard, so we just hit Yoon and retreat. Let Sigurd attack into us. Not Sigurd. Let Duo Leaf attack into us. And Edelgard's going to break the block, but she can't reach my units because the block is still there. And although Duo Leaf gets rid of some of Claude's damage reduction, it's nowhere near enough to actually stop him.
Got him. Sure thing.
And from this point, Claude can just kill Fallen Edelgard. And from this point on, it was really easy to just clean up with the rest of my units, with Triandra being the only one left. But that mobility from Ashe in turn 1 was just so helpful, and really enabled me to get up in there with Claude and, you know, kill the people around there. And that was one of the biggest issues I was having with Legendary Claude before. He's a very strong unit, but sometimes the issue was getting him in there and dancing him to get out. So the movability and the maneuverability that Ashe provides with her, allowing anyone within 2 spaces to warp within 2 spaces, is insane. Because if you think about it, if someone within 2 spaces of her moves 2 spaces away from her, they've essentially just moved 4 or 5 spaces. I can't do math, so I'm not sure if it is 4 or 5, but basically, like, Pathfinder is not offering that kind of movability unless you're a cavalry unit. So for flyers, for infantry units, for armors even, the mobility that Ashe provides is insane. It's so helpful, and we all got her for free. She's good even at +0. You should all be using Ashe. I think no matter what your playstyle is, if you are an offensive user, I just showed you that she can be really good with that. If you are a double save user, she's really good to help mobility with your armors as well. You no longer have to worry about running skills like Armor March. You don't have to worry about running orders of any kind. She just helps them move around, and sometimes that can win you matches that you would have lost otherwise. So to recap, basically Ashe is actually really solid in combat, and aside from that, the utility that she provides with her mobility and the drive attack that she gives is just so strong that everybody really should be using her. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know in the comments how you've been using Ashe for your Aether Raid strategies, or if you haven't yet, how you want to start using her. And thank you guys so much for watching. Bye!